Hey everybody, this is Rex Bear with Leak Project. Just got back to my home base out here in San Antonio. Was out in Port Aransas the past couple of days, and beautiful weather. It was about 70 degrees, blue skies, and not quite warm enough to go jump in the water and take a dip, but it was definitely nice weather and pretty much had the beach to yourself. One thing I like about the beaches out here in Texas, at least the ones down by Port Aransas and Padre Island, especially the National Island Seashore, is you've got a whole bunch of beach area that you can just drive up to, pull out a couple lawn chairs, relax. I know people during Christmas sometimes will take their RVs out there, set up Christmas trees and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool environment. And the radiation levels were relatively low. They were at 0.08 today, which is about as low as I see it anymore. And I wanted to let you guys know where the future of Leak Project is going. We've just got so much on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys are a part of it. So this is incredible. It's great to meet so many amazing people that have high intelligence levels, good hearts, and want to see the world change for the better and go in the right direction. Hopefully we've gotten all of the riffraff out of the way, all the negativity, and we can look forward to a bright future for ourselves and future generations. So I want to let you know that I'm in this equipment with this telescope about $2,000 right now, and this thing is like a black hole within 8 inches of equipment. So, I mean, it's really nice, but one thing I just want to let you guys know about is I'm having a difficult time getting the camera equipment and the software to work properly. I purchased a specific camera that links up directly to the telescope, and the software that I'm using, it did record a couple of shots that I took, but when I played it back, it was just black. There was nothing there. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. So if somebody's familiar with Skyris cameras, Celestron equipment, maybe Astrophotography, and you could give me a hand or a shout out, that'd be much appreciated. Guest bookings at leakproject.com. I'd love to get you guys some good images and video footage, but I just don't know how to use this thing properly yet. And once we get it working the right way, then I can actually go out to certain areas up in the hill country that are very desolate and dark, so I can get better images, because right now the only thing that I've seen is some stars that look like Tesla coils. The moon was awesome. I got to say, looking at the moon was really good, but the past few days you haven't really been able to see it, and there was all those chemtrails when the moon was out and about, so you weren't able to get much footage of that. But anyway, so if somebody knows about astrophotography, if you could help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, I need some help with booking guests. I've had a lot of people that have said, hey, get this person on this show. They know a lot about this. Or get that person on the show. They know a lot about that. Sorry, my words here aren't the best for creating descriptions right now. It's been a long day, folks. But anyway, if you know of somebody that you want on the show that you feel has something important to bring to the table, some good data on topics that we discuss, or maybe something that we haven't discussed, please feel free to reach out to me. If you can reach out to them as well after we decide on a time or something like that, or if there's somebody that has a little bit of extra time that maybe wants to help me book some guests. You know, if you're really into research and eclectic information and you've got some extra time, please feel free to send me an email at guestbookings@leakproject.com. Also, I want to let you know about 2 different stellar series that I'm working on right now for television. You know, I want to bring alternative media into the mainstream in a way that will be palatable to the masses and also give them an opportunity to wake up in proper fashion. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the 2 different types of series that I've got in the works right now. The first one is set up like a reality TV show. I'm going to be going from state to state, from different fringe locations around the U.S., haunted houses, paranormal locations, places of abductions, cattle mutilations, hotspots for UFO activity, places like Area 51, Dulce, New Mexico, and the Archuleta Mesa. We're going to look for underground tunnel systems, decommissioned missile silos, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, someone reached out to me a while ago from Colorado that lives in a decommissioned missile silo that's beautiful. And a while ago, they were thinking about selling off parts of it, you know, essentially into these survival grids, these survival networks, but I don't think that ended up working out for them. But how cool is that? So I'm hopefully going to work something out to where I can actually get some video footage of that specific silo to show you guys what it's like being inside of a missile silo. and other just really neat areas that are kind of off limits or not shown that much in the media, but a lot of people want to know about it, so they'll search the net. And you guys all know the internet can be like a bathroom wall, only worse. So we want to get to the truth and the heart of the subject. If there's a survival network out there that is built into a decommissioned missile silo, wouldn't it be neat to see what that was actually about? So just stuff like that. And also, we're going to be going to locations with strong spiritual presence. You know, we're going to get in hopefully with some of the Native Americans and maybe do sweat lodges or different types of native rituals. You know, if there's Bigfoot sightings, we're going to go look for Bigfoot, the Yetis, cryptozoology, and other fascinating places that are out there. So that's pretty much the setup for the first series. Now, if you guys have ever seen stuff on the Discovery Channel or the History Channel, there's a few pretty good series out there, but it seems like every time they go out there looking for a monster, they never find one. It's always like, oh man, there might be one there, but we can't confirm it. Have you guys noticed that? They'll get you on the edge, but it never really happens. There's never really that pop. So let's get to that. Let's find the truth. And if it's going to be just oh, well, maybe it's out there, you know, it's kind of cool. I don't even want to give that to the audience because I think you've seen that before. You can find that right now. I want to give you guys good quality content that you can't find right now on the mainstream media. So that's going to be the first series. Now, what do we need for this? Well, I'll tell you right now, if you are somebody that has a bunch of money and you want to invest in a very hip, exciting series, well, this is your opportunity right now. If you don't have a lot of money, but you have some great ideas, hey, please send them to me. And maybe I can get you a part of this. I want to make this as user-friendly as possible. You know, I mean, members of Leak Project, you guys have supported me, and I want to support you guys. So if you're in a little town somewhere that you know about a haunted house or an underground tunnel system, or maybe you heard about some reptilian shapeshifters down the street, or just something really cool, witches, warlocks, anything that's paranormal, fringe, woo-woo, let us know about it. Guest bookings at leakproject.com. So what do we need? Well, we need a motorhome. We need something about 36 to 45 feet, or a bus, or something that we can essentially live out of, because it's going to be probably about a year. This tour, I'm thinking, is going to take anywhere from 10 months to a year, maybe a little longer, maybe a little bit less. But if we hit all 50 states, some states are going to have more than others. I mean, I've been writing stuff down, for example, here in Texas, places that I think would be good to go to. For example, we want to go back to the Marfa Lights and spend a couple of nights out there with some good equipment. We want to go to this place, I think it's in Mineral Wells. It's this enormous hotel that is being essentially remodeled right now, but it's still decommissioned. That is this landmark of this town. It's a pretty small town, and this hotel is like something out of the city of Chicago or something. It's supposed to be very haunted also. And then we want to find places like Ghost Road, which is east of Houston. You've got other areas here in Texas. Then you've got places obviously like Dulce, New Mexico, the Archuleta Mesa, which I've been out there before. I had a chance to go to the top of the mesa. Next time I go out there, I'm going to spend a few nights out there. We're going to talk to the locals. We're going to find the inside scoop. If there's, obviously the Area 51, we'll get as close to Area 51 as we can. Dugway. We're not going to break the law. We're going to get as close as we can, and we're going to push the envelope as far as we can to get to the truth. So what do we need? Well, we need that motorhome. We need something reliable. We need night vision. We need camera equipment. We need drones. I've got most of the telescope stuff set up. Also, we're going to do other fringe things, like we're going to work on cloud busters. You guys heard of cloud busters? You got to be real careful with this kind of stuff. I am not recommending anybody make one of these cloud busters, but with the proper supervision and technical support, we're going to look into doing stuff like that as well to find out if is it a hoax? Is it real? Does it really cause chemtrail clouds or aerosol injections, cloud seeding to dissipate? Can it really cause an area of drought to rain? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to look into stuff like radionics and Oregon energy. We're going to get into things that people typically don't get into, that the media doesn't touch on a lot. We'll find places out there in, for example, Mount Adams. You've got, I think, what is it called? The ESETI Ranch. Hopefully we'll be able to get out there. We're going to look for places that, and for example, there was a place in California that was discovered back in the 30s in LA. It was like an entire underground tunnel network. Reptilian carvings in the walls. You guys can find this. It was on, I think it was L.A., one of the main Los Angeles news articles or newspapers. You can Google it and just find it. Stuff like that. So that is going to be the first series, essentially. So we need equipment, we need a motorhome, we need funds to get from point A to point B, and once that is established, then we can take that series and sell it to somebody that is with one of these larger cable organizations and keep it the way that we want to, so we don't have to wash it down or take something out or change it a certain way to push a certain agenda. I'll package it properly the way that we're doing right now, except for this time it's going to be on scene video footage. Instead of just talking about getting abducted, we're going to go to the locations that these people have been abducted. We'll put cameras around there. We'll get anything and everything we can to where if there's another abduction, we'll pick it up. Why not, right? I mean, everything else is coming out. What about that guy that said his abduction was picked up on some webcam or something like that? I haven't even researched this yet. I've got people sending me so much information, folks. I can't even dial in on it all yet. That's another thing we've got going on. We've got reporters from around the world that are sending in emails, Facebook posts, comments in the comment section about news that's breaking. So if you want to be like a rogue journalist or an independent reporter and help out Leak Project, if you appreciate what we're doing, send us an email at guestbookings@leakproject.com. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there. Now, so that's the first series that I've got lined up, and this will happen. There are a couple of investors that love the idea. They just want a little bit more of the pie than I feel is deserved for the investment. So now, number two. Let me explain why. Let's talk about this for a minute. Think about it. Imagine being a part of a groundbreaking, revolutionary genre that is above and beyond reality TV, that's going to have truth and bits and pieces of knowledge and gems that have been hidden for so many years uncovered in each episode for the audience to be a part of. And the audience is going to be a part of the shows. You guys are going to be a part of it. Talk about a interactive system. And so why is that important? Well, by being interactive, we can find more information. It's not going to be as much fluff. It's going to be from people like you, like me, and like others that listen to Leak Project, that are genuine, sincere, not a part of the status quo. It's going to break open so many new vaults that have been locked for so long, that these priceless data points that might be all the way back from antiquity, thousands of years ago, they're now being released for the public that want to accept it. Imagine the possibilities, you guys. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling. So keep that in mind. That's the first series. Now let's get to the second series that I've got lined up. I've been writing for years. I used to be an avid blogger, and I'd get into a lot of conspiracy fringe, but I'd add in a lot of facts and data as well. So it was more of a mental stimulation for thoughts and possibilities and ideas. This specific series is going to be fiction based on nonfiction events. Now, without giving it all away, I'll just give you an idea to whet the appetite of your imagination. Now, imagine being a spectator of many magnificent and mystifying events, oftentimes bordering on the side of supernatural and paranormal. Imagine being a part of a pivotal role in history and having a key set of skills and abilities that was given to you at birth for a specific purpose. Now, it's up to you to decide which path you choose. Do you follow the villain archetype with your skills and opportunities? Live out a wild and luxurious lifestyle similar to that of Lex Luthor? Or do you go the humble route, like Clark Kent, working as a journalist, saving the world behind the scenes on a normal basis, fighting bad guys, fighting the press that you work for, fighting the people at a mental level that you're protecting? The media in virtually every form shows the villain as the high roller, moneymaker, womanizer, with all the cool toys, big houses, fast cars, nice clothes, etc. So why would anybody want to be the good guy, right? Because for some, it's what they feel in the pit of their gut. It's what motivates them. It feeds them mentally, spiritually, and in return, physically. They would rather forfeit money, fame, and fortune for a higher level of consciousness by helping others and the world, not tearing those down around them. Imagine being the observer of such grand proportions. One night you might uncover an agenda by off-world forces to control the people. One night you might uncover a secret black ops military project that involved mind control at the nanotech level. You might wake up in the middle of the night with a phone call from an unknown, aka whistleblower, that says they have vital information and you need to meet with them ASAP. One day, you might meet someone that says they can control the weather with technologies anyone can build in their garage. Visualize a program that is a subject from Leak Project in every episode, and it all interweaves together seamlessly to create a higher level of mind. So that's it. Pretty cool, right? I'm excited about it. Now, also, I'm trying to find out how to get a Skype seat for the new Trump administration. Now, I've been looking into this. The closest thing I could find was a couple of articles that I read, and then I went to the White House, and I can actually send in an email in the White House. So if I go to whitehouse.gov, I can say, hello, my name is Rex Bear. I'm an independent journalist, and we've got currently over 70,000 very astute subscribers that want to have just really quick access to the news. It'd be great to be a part of this, but that's not the specific route. So I don't know what route is. If you guys know of a specific option that I can look into to get one of these seats, that would be great, because I know that this is going to be a very coveted seat to get. There's only going to be a few available. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. One thing I was thinking we could do is if a few thousand of us even sent an email very politely asking the administration if somebody from Leak Project could have an inside source, or an inside scoop, I should say, or a connection to the White House press releases, etc., that would be greatly appreciated. And if enough people emailed the White House in a very polite manner and asked in the right way, that might be an option, because they're like, well, hey, look, we've got an opportunity right here to talk to 70,000 people that have good jobs and careers and life paths, and even some of them that don't have jobs. Even if you're sitting at home just chilling out doing nothing, it doesn't matter. I mean, where is your life? What are your intentions? What are you doing? Your job doesn't make you you. Although one thing that does concern me a bit is when some people say, well, it's just a job. They use that excuse because maybe they don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, but since it's their job, they use that as an excuse. I don't like that. I can't do that. If I could, I would probably still be working for that Fortune 100 company that I used to work for, making a lot more money than I'm making now, with a lot less issues. It would be a whole different ballgame, folks, let me tell you. You know what, though? Even when I was working for companies like big corporations, I was doing the same thing I'm doing now. I was just doing it during break time, essentially. So we end up going into our own path, and I feel that you guys, if you're on the right path, you're going to know it, because certain opportunities are going to present themselves to you. So yeah, if you can find out a way to get me a seat in the press room there, that would be fantastic. And one more thing before I close out tonight. Is anybody good at welding or, with mechanical and construction experience that might live in the San Antonio or surrounding areas? If so, and you want to help me with this really cool project that I've got coming up, send me an email at guestbookings@leakproject.com. I've got some really cool stuff lined up, you guys, that I think you're going to appreciate a whole bunch. So thank you for listening to me, and I appreciate all your support. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Question everything, and be the change you want to see. Hey everybody, this is Rex Bear with Leak Project. Just got back to my home base out here in San Antonio. Was out in Port Aransas the past couple of days, and beautiful weather. It was about 70 degrees, blue skies, and not quite warm enough to go jump in the water and take a dip, but it was definitely nice weather and pretty much had the beach to yourself. One thing I like about the beaches out here in Texas, at least the ones down by Port Aransas and Padre Island, especially the National Island Seashore, is you've got a whole bunch of beach area that you can just drive up to, pull out a couple lawn chairs, relax. I know people during Christmas sometimes will take their RVs out there, set up Christmas trees and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool environment. And the radiation levels were relatively low. They were at 0.08 today, which is about as low as I see it anymore. And I wanted to let you guys know where the future of Leak Project is going. We've just got so much on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys are a part of it. So this is incredible. It's great to meet so many amazing people that have high intelligence levels, good hearts, and want to see the world change for the better and go in the right direction. Hopefully we've gotten all of the riffraff out of the way, all the negativity, and we can look forward to a bright future for ourselves and future generations. So I want to let you know that I'm in this equipment with this telescope about $2,000 right now, and this thing is like a black hole within 8 inches of equipment. So, I mean, it's really nice, but one thing I just want to let you guys know about is I'm having a difficult time getting the camera equipment and the software to work properly. I purchased a specific camera that links up directly to the telescope, and the software that I'm using, it did record a couple of shots that I took, but when I played it back, it was just black. There was nothing there. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. So if somebody's familiar with Skyris cameras, Celestron equipment, maybe Astrophotography, and you could give me a hand or a shout out, that'd be much appreciated. Guestbookings@leakproject.com. I'd love to get you guys some good images and video footage, but I just don't know how to use this thing properly yet. And once we get it working the right way, then I can actually go out to certain areas up in the hill country that are very desolate and dark, so I can get better images, because right now the only thing that I've seen is some stars that look like Tesla coils. The moon was awesome. I got to say, looking at the moon was really good, but the past few days you haven't really been able to see it, and there was all those chemtrails when the moon was out and about, so you weren't able to get much footage of that. But anyway, so if somebody knows about astrophotography, if you could help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, I need some help with booking guests. I've had a lot of people that have said, hey, get this person on the show. They know a lot about this. Or get that person on the show. They know a lot about that. Sorry, my words here aren't the best for creating descriptions right now. It's been a long day, folks. But anyway, if you